Hello and welcome Inklings to my latest segment, Why I Like, which is me just blathering, which I know is what I do most of the time, about comics which I love or at least like enough to continue following past the first issue. These will be new comics or older comics that I just got around to looking at, and yes, for some series I may do a Why I Dislike, but that's not what I'm doing today. If you can't tell by the title, I'm here to squee over the amazing comic Spider-Woman Volume 5, which started in 2015 just to quantum lock this whole thing. It started as one of the first issues out post-Secret Wars, so we have no idea what was going on at the time. I mean, even when the solicit dropped for the first issue, bam, Jessica Drew is on the cover looking very pregnant. And yes, she's 8-ish months along in this book, and there's no hiding it. If you've been following my Facebook page, I've covered why the first 3 issues are fan-ducking-fastic, and with this video, I'm just generally summarizing it all. As I've already said, I love this series so far. Now, everyone has the obvious concerns when the first issue dropped, and even longer since I'm still answering some questions while praising the 4th issue. How can Jessica Drew be a great grand superhero spy type person when she's pregnant? That's so unrealistic. Rabble, rabble, rabble. Well, you'd be right, and that would be unrealistic and totally uncouth writing. That's why Dennis Hopeless didn't go that route. He went the best angle possible for the character, the strong, independent woman who gets sidelined because she's pregnant, unable to go crawling through air ducts or take out villains or even henchmen. She's going stir-crazy. She's acting like both a responsible adult, a pregnant woman, trust me, having lived through 2 of them now, he's kinda got that part nailed, and a stubborn kid who really needs to do something. It was great. Of course, there's no story there unless something happens, and that's what the Alpha Flight Hospital setting comes into play. Yes, I'm still unsure about the whole Alpha Flight angle and how it plays out and all that, but that's because Alpha Flight isn't just Canadian Avengers anymore, so I can't rightly complain, especially when you at least have Puck and Sasquatch there. Anyways, her gal pal, Carol Danvers, tells her to go to this space doctor just to be on the safe side, and wouldn't you know it, Skrulls invade and take a room full of pregnant women hostages. Well, okay, 2 Skrulls come in to take the women hostage, while the rest are out trying to find the Skrull prince they're looking for. Guess what? Jessica doesn't enjoy this, but she knows she can't do anything because of the little babe inside her belly. But after some prodding from the kid, no seriously, it's actually kind of funny how that works, with little kicks, she jumps into only a panel of action, taking out the 2 guards quickly, and you'd think that breaks suspension of disbelief, but she does it well enough and the writing is so well on that she's in a bit of pain and exhaustion after it. Come on, how is that not good storytelling? I don't want to spoil most of this book, because honestly you need to read it, and support it, and pretty much show Marvel that this style of writing is okay, and much loved. But okay. Eventually we get on track and she's the lone hero versus an entire Skrull attack force, whose mission is to abduct a Skrull prince from elsewhere in the hospital. So Spidey goes to defend him, and she's about to have a Doc Holliday moment against a platoon of Skrulls about to bust through a door, but she goes into labor. She has a C-section to defend her newborn babe, blast the hell out of the Skrulls. Granted, as soon as the momentary motherly instinct and adrenaline, and probably all the nerve stuff, kicks off, she's in pain and passes out. And all that is in 4 issues. I admit I do omit a lot of what really makes this work when reading it. But that's what makes this different than a lot of Marvel's current output. It's not truly plot-driven. I mean, while yes, the whole Skrull attacking thing drives the general story, or is the general story, the narrative is very much on Jessica Drew in this situation. It doesn't slow build like Ultimates did. It's not as trade-written as all new, all different Avengers. It actually has probably the least amount of action scenes in a Marvel superhero book that's come out anytime recently. And that's what works for it. Every time I do share from my Facebook that everyone should be reading this, I get the, is she still a superhero when pregnant? And I go, no, that's why you should be reading. And that's actually sort of wrong. She never stops being a superhero, or super spy, or whatever you want to classify her as. But it's in that dichotomy that she's still a badass chick who, for lack of a better term, hindered by the pregnancy, that really allows for this book to focus on who she is rather than just how much ass she can kick per panel. But Hopeless's writing isn't the only thing that makes this book fantastic. Javier Rodriguez's pencils, Alvaro Lopez's inking, and Rochelle Rosenberg's colors all work to make each page pop. It all marries together to really breathe life into the writing. When Jessica is exhausted in the first issue about the baby, we feel that. When Jessica is on top of a car being so irked that she can't hop into the fight, we feel that frustration. Even when in an alien hospital, there's never that awkward, "Where the hell is she?" that can crop up when you have a human mixed with dozens of other races and high technology background. It is all of this that culminates in an energetic and wholly enthralling read. Seriously, so damn good. And that's why everyone should go out right now and buy this, be it digitally at Comixology or at your local comics shop. I personally would give my left arm for a signed copy of the first issue, but hey, that's just how much I loved this series. However, I will say there is only one problem with it, and that is that there's no variant cover in homage to the controversial Milo Manara cover, where Jessica is on top of the roof showing her butt to the world, where Jessica is struggling to even get over the ledge of the building, one arm flailing wildly in the air as she pants. "I got this, I could get up there." Now that would be the cover I would give my left arm to have signed. Either way, that is why I like this series. And don't take my word for it. Go out and read the first issue. If you think everything I've said is wrong or that I'm delusional in that it's not as good as the more action-oriented plots, then still let me know. If you enjoyed this video, give a thumbs up and share. Don't forget to subscribe to my little channel. Also, like the page on Facebook. Follow me on Twitter. I swear I update sometimes. And if you feel there's a comic that deserves a highlight, or at least worth looking at, leave a comment below. I'm the Archivist, and I'll see you later, Inklings.